Good evening, traders, and welcome to another StockX market recap where we go over what we have done every day, and also gives me the opportunity to share our model secrets so that way you guys can learn and have the edge moving forward here. So we had another perfect day once again here. We managed to play both the upside and the downside by trading effectively the SPX options and also other stock options as well. So today I want to be highlighting in particular one of my methodologies, which is developing stock and index ranges. So we do this both on a weekly and daily basis, and it's important for me to really establish this for the members so that there's an expectation on where the stock or index can go that following day. B, you understand which option premium to focus your efforts on, and C, manage the price expectations on those following option contracts. So with all these key things as an option trader, it's all about the price action on the option premium, not really so much on the key stocks, because a lot of mistakes that traders make these days is that they chase these candlesticks, and chasing the candlesticks has a major problem in itself. It leads you to chase and it causes you to buy the wrong premium at the wrong time. So I'll be giving you guys an example of how my process works. But before I do that, I want to be showing over the wins. So yesterday we've been crushing the market. We had over five trades that were perfect, and today we had another three trades that were perfect as well too. In this section here, I share all my trades here. We sold an Nvidia 465 call, which was approximately near its high of the day. We made around 60% return on that. We had the 4400 call, and we made another 50% on that. And we also took the puts as well, the 4320 puts. These went up another 50%, but we decided to swing that. They actually went, they gave us a return of 50%, but we wanted to swing it because we had FOMC meeting minutes, and we're playing with profits at this time here. So overall, we've been doing very well because we develop these ranges in our mentorship program. So what we do every week here is we start off our week basically identifying a weekly range with the overall SPX, and we also share the key things to remember here. So for this week, this Sunday, I mentioned in our group that there's political tensions coming up with Israel and Palestine, and we pretty much already knew that because that's when the conflict started. So that was going to be a major thing in the markets today. We also gave a idea of where our mindset is. We mentioned that war effects is bullish, and that is because of due to possible easing and further spending that will arise from military actions and conflict and instability in the Middle East. So we also confirmed that oil and WTI crude would be rising as well. So all of these have been true. Now, we also confirmed that our weekly range. So our weekly range is that 43.85. We mentioned that we're going to be analyzing that because we estimated that 43.85 would be the top of the week and the bottom would be 42.30. Now, please note that this is just an establishment range. It's, sometimes we do see the market break through these levels, and that could be for a variety of reasons, such as news and so forth. But the way that the model works is we analyze the weekly range premium so that we have an understanding that if that premium spikes for whatever reason, then we know which way the direction or the trend will go, so that way we can hold our option contracts, and that's very critical for us to know and realize moving forward. So we established that 43.85, and remember that because I'll be talking about that shortly. So now that we got the 43.85, we've also established another range as well with regards to our SPX option pricing model. So for today, we had 43.65 as our level 1 bullish and 4,400 as our level 2. So if the market went above 4,400 today, that would have confirmed and solidified that the market's going to be trending towards the upside. 43.65 was a tough level to crack, and pretty much we've seen that over here. Even though the markets went straight up, it kind of struggled around this 43 43.65, and we can see here that when the market went lower, it held it as a support. So many people use that inflection point as a entry point and as an exit point. Okay, so 43.85 was our high of the week, and it was literally over here as well. We confirmed that 43.85 was a high of the week. It was a hard level. That's exactly where I sold my calls, and you can pretty much confirm that here when we had bought the 4,400 calls. We sold them at 9 after buying them at around 6.4, because once SPX broke through that level here, we knew that buying calls could somehow get us to the top. And once we got through that 43.85, that's when we decided, okay, you know what, take our profits and then don't look back. We also had NVIDIA calls as well, which we sold near the high of the day. But enough about that. Let's talk about the reasons why we got it. Okay, so we got the SPX puts because we noticed that market was pretty weak here. I was hesitant to get puts, even though I mentioned this to my team, because the market was trending higher above the inflection point. Once I seen that we retested the upper WAP at 43.80 and we didn't get through to this 43.85, I knew it was time to get those puts, and they immediately went up around 50% before going lower. Because I'm playing with profits, I want to hold this overnight since we have the FOMC meeting minutes. So with regards to all of that and the success stories, I watch option premiums like a hawk. So when I look at my option premiums, this is the list that I have. So I mentioned that I have the weekly premium ranges that I look at between 43.85 and 42.30. Whenever I see the 43.85 premium spike, I have the alert on my system notifying me of that. Now you can see over here that alert has triggered for a Netflix at level 1 bearish. That tells me that the premium has gone up and reached an inflection point. So that's why we have this for all our stocks on our watch list. Tesla actually was one of the stocks that hit close to their level 2, and we have these option premiums where we establish a range. For example, Meta, the range that we had estimated was between 300 and 330. We can see that it's close to that high range at 330. So our members know in our chat room that if you are buying Meta calls, you want to make sure that you remain within that range to increase your profitability. So if you're looking at this 330 call here, you can say, okay, you know what? This 330 call here is going for $1 here. I've noticed that its low of the day premiums is approximately at 80 cents. So, should I risk paying $1 now or wait till it goes lower because it's at the max peak? Or I could buy something that's closer to the money and understand the highs and the lows of that option premium, so I know exactly where I should target my entry, because your entry is the most important profit factor when it comes to buying and trading these option premiums. So that's part of the reason why we decided to get those 465s NVIDIA calls, is because we noticed that the 470 was adding premium, and we didn't want to get the 470 because that's a little bit on our extended side of our premiums. And we instead got the 465s, made a nice coin off them, and never looked back. Okay, so we established a weekly range here of 43.85, and because that was the top of the range, I wanted to swing my SPX puts, because there's a possibility overnight, if we do get news or anything like that, that SPX can move lower. So let's see if that happens here today. So members in the room are making a lot of money. If you guys are interested in knowing more how I use these ranges and how I determine these ranges, check out our mentorship program. All the information is there. I've shown you all these ranges. They're all time-stamped. Okay, there's no way you can bullshit this, because all this information is going to be in our market sentiment report, which we share every week, and we give all the information necessary so that way you guys can profit off our model and definitely earn a nice living off trading options and learning about it as well. So thanks for tuning in. We look forward to the next one.